Well, guess what? I found a way to win anyway. So this is what I've done. And so, what you see is a different culture. That's a conversation we never get into it really about in professional sports, but primarily the NBA, where you got cats and they go at NBA players and stuff like that. Like, you bring up LeBron. You ever see LeBron go at a white boy? It's called what it is. You ever see him do that? You saw him come at me. Closest you ever came to seeing him do something like that was when he called out Brian Windhorst. What you calling out Brian Windhorst for? The man covered you since junior high school and has praised you repeatedly. And you used the Pat McAfee situation to go at him. You understand? And that's the only time you ever seen LeBron James, really go at somebody white. I'm going to call it what it is. So we understand each other. I understand a lot more. And I'll tell you, I'll divulge to my boy and his boy right here, when I did my monologue for 17 and a half, 18 minutes, the day after he decided to go on Pat McAfee's show, all right? And I said what I said and meant every syllable of what I said. Immediately after, I was informed that we won't be hearing more from him about me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because I got receipts. Anytime, any place, anywhere. It's not just him. I pride myself on being a fair-minded individual, being professional, but I'm also a proud black man. And I know not only what I've done, what I've tried to do for black men in our industry, black men in the world of sports, covering stuff the way that I do. I might have to call you out sometimes, but you know why I'm calling you out? Because there's a whole bunch of other black people I got to look out for, and they can't make the same errors you just made. Because if they did, it would ruin their life. You're ultra talented, so you could get away with it. So I could talk about how wrong you are, but I need to use you as that example because I got a bigger vision. And the bigger vision is to make sure to shield cats from making those same kind of mistakes that will end their careers. You don't have to worry about that because you're too talented and gifted and you've already achieved so much that you don't have to worry about that. But do they look at it that way? Do they look at the big picture? No. Why? Because they want to hate on you. I've been in this business for over 30 years. There is not a single athlete, a single executive, a single owner. There is no one associated with sports that could tell you they came up to me and said they want to talk to me. They picked up the phone and said they want to talk to me, and I refused to talk to them. And that after talking to me, if I got their perspective, I got you. Because I don't have to agree with you. Yep. But if you're man enough to talk to me and give me your perspective, I have an inherent obligation professionally to make sure that I contextualize your words properly and I present them in a fashion that you asked me to do that. When that doesn't happen, it's because these cats refuse to talk to me. And if you refuse to talk to me, why? What's the reason? Could it be because you don't have an argument? Could it be because you can't sit before me and put your facts up against mine and have a discussion man to man? Because if I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong. And I've proven throughout my career that if I'm wrong publicly, I'm not going to apologize privately. I will come and apologize publicly. See, with somebody like LeBron, you ain't getting no apology. I'm too little. I'm too meaningless. I'm too insignificant for somebody like him to be man enough to say, yo, you really didn't do that to my son. You were really calling me out. I was the one that, whether it's getting him into the draft, getting him drafted by the Lakers, having him brought up from the G League, putting him up against Tyrese Maxey in the first quarter on a night after he was in the G League the night before. I didn't call those things out until that last part happened. I didn't say anything when he's a McDonald All-American and he was only averaging 14 points a game. I didn't say anything when he went to USC and he had the heart ailment and people were speculating about why that was. I didn't say anything when he said he was entering the NBA draft. I didn't say anything when he ended up getting picked by the Lakers. I didn't say anything when he was there opening night with the Griffeys, Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. celebrating. I stood up and applauded because I thought it was a great moment. And most importantly, I thought LeBron James deserved it because he did so much for the league. I said the league owes him this. Whatever he wants. If that's what he wants, that's what he wants. And the money, he's underpaid. So I don't care what his son getting paid. Go for it. I think his son's going to end up being a good pro. He keeps working on his game. I said all of these things. It's just that after one night in Philly, I said, wait a minute now. Now you asking us to ignore doing our job. We saw what we saw. He's not ready yet. That doesn't mean he won't be ready. And because of that, you caused this whole brouhaha? Nah, we not backing up from that. No, nobody is getting me to back up from that at all. LeBron was wrong, and he will forever be wrong. And as far as I'm concerned, anybody in this business or anybody that wants to be in this business, especially these athletes with their podcasts that don't see it, well, just consider yourself blind or unethical. Because anybody with professional ethics who knows sports and knows what comes with it knows I did not do anything wrong to that young man. But to paint me as somebody that would attack a child just because I dislike you, it's low. It's low, and that's what it is, and that's where it's going to stay. And the only reason I said it is because you asked me, and it's because of how I feel, and I'm not going to change. And if he don't say nothing, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to do my job. If there's another confrontation, I assure you I'll be better ready and better prepared this time. I promise you that.
I know what's coming.
No. I promise you.